Because you know Trump's playing to his base, no kidding. He's ranting cause he can't make a case, no kidding. He's backed into a corner with racist twitting and playing to his base, base. Yeah, it's pretty clear, Trump ain't no genius, but he can throw a tantrum just like a teeny wuss. He heard from Fox News he shouldn't sign a deal, and all the right-wingers hurt his poor feelings. I see the media trying that both sides slop, but after all this time, you'd think that crap would stop. If you've got working brain cells, it's plain to see that Trump said he would own the shutdown. We all saw it on TV. Yeah, the real border crisis is totally self-imposed. Trump created the problem by trying to make the border closed. If you think fact-checking is tweeting into a drinking game, you will be plastered before he's done trying to spell his name. Because he's simply playing to his base, in their bubble. If he upsets his base, then his base makes trouble. The lies he tells his base nowadays go double. He's playing to his base, Oi, let's bring reality back. Go ahead and let's rewind each party hack. Now we're hearing the wall was just a way to make Trump remember to bash immigrants and then insist that Mexico would pay. Yeah, the White House insisted we all ought to be afraid of an immigrant caravan that needed a blockade. Whether it's concrete or steel or a curtain or a metaphor, most of the country's not buying the wall nonsense anymore. And though Trump's clearly playing to his base, it's shrinking. The GOP support will erase. It's already sinking before they're voted out in disgrace. Hope they're thinking, stop playing to this base, racist base.
Lauren Mayer,
comedy songs. Y'all look her up. She is fantastic. I love her. She nails it every time she sings one. I just love it, and I love that song to boot. So I'm already good in tune with that beat. What's going on, baby? It's Tuesday. I am so sorry I missed Monday. Sucked, baby. What else am I going to say? There ain't no other reason to tell y'all. Monday just was one of those manic Mondays. I wished it was some other freaking day but Monday. But it wasn't. It was Monday, and it really sucked, so I just didn't have it in me to go on. But I apologize for that, and we'll try to make up for it tonight. I kicked back a little bit last night and relaxed. CNN had that lineup all night of all the candidates that were on the having a town hall last night, and so me and Mama settled back, and I think I missed a part of the first one. But I was, we watched. I saw Pete Buttigieg going backwards, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Kamala Harris.
Did you say Elizabeth Warren?
Yes, Elizabeth Warren. And so yeah, until yesterday evening late, we sat up and watched the town halls and enlightened myself a little bit about all of them, and that's what we all need to do. But I am so happy to be here tonight. Hello, Stephanie Dean. How you doing? Oddly Wired. He will be listening, I understand, but he won't be with us. He can't watch us. He's got to go do secret stuff and shit like that. It has to do with the deep state and secret side. We can't discuss.
You got to stop mentioning that on your Facebook.
Oh, you know why?
Because they're going to catch on to you.
They don't know how to read. That's like I told them. Only the true members could see the blue dot. That's right, baby. I always use that. If everybody's ever noticed, it's got a little blue dot there, and that's it, baby. That's what I am.
He's referencing the Facebook background.
Yes,
he
my
uses
Facebook
every time
background.
he makes a post about the secret meeting at the
about the secret place. This
at
is
the
it.
secret time.
See, they can't figure that shit out.
With the secret members.
That's right. We don't, and we've only had one member have to ask me about the secret handshake. Evidently, he forgot. I reminded him, but
don't do that again.
Don't worry about it, Randy. We'll cover it for you, buddy. Just got to get that rhythm going. And but anyway, I was highly enlightened last night by the discussion. I was excited about some and not so much about some others, but that's the process that we're going to go through. There was a lot of things said last night about the impeachment of the Tangerine Toddler. I'm wearing a Tangerine Toddler shirt tonight. And an impeachment was asked about all of them, but there were more subjects, more questions asked as a whole about three things, mainly healthcare, education, and climate change, baby. That's heavy on the mind of the people out here. And this was a young crowd in there from college, and there was a lot of involvement there. I was happy to see it, and but that's I got so engrossed with some of the facts that I had written down that I got from a variety of candidates, because I didn't go there page by page and go, okay, this is Bernie and then here's Elizabeth, because I don't do that. A lot of times, even growing up in school or even going through courses later in college, I'm not a big note taker. I listen, and hopefully it sinks in the head and stays there. But so hello, Donna Bonacosi, Karen Cormier, Val Wood, how you doing, darling? I seen Val Wood's picture the other day. She's out in the country.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she looked like she's happy. See there, Val? Need to move to the country, baby. It's all happening out there. But
well, wait,
Shawnee
wouldn't it be a whole lot of nothing happening out in the country, and that's the point why you go out in the
point,
country?
baby. That's why you move out here.
That's what I was about to say.
A whole lot of nothing goes on out here.
If you want a whole lot of something, you go to the city. If there's a whole lot of nothing,
there's a little excitement going on the road. Some people bought a lot. We think there's a house buried back there somewhere. I think that's a lot you could drive through and see some kind of structure back there.
Oh, you're talking about here.
Some of the property on my road here. Some people you can obviously tell haven't been there in the last 30 years or so, and I think there's a house down there. It looks like it's been.
You can't help but peek over there every now and then, just like whoa, what because it was.
It's like Tomato Man. Ever since we call this house the Tomato Man house, because the guy that used to live there before
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he grew a lot of stuff, but he grew great tomatoes, really good tomatoes.
Miss those.
And but he moved off. I bought his boat motor, and he went off somewhere else. And then somebody else moved in there, and then all of a sudden they disappeared, left their old truck in the driveway, and disappeared. And ain't nobody been there since. And that's 3-4 years ago now. Anyway, it's grown up.
I feel like there was a point we were getting to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I got lost in my road
well.
there.
It happens to the best of us.
That's it. Anyway.
So in the chat tonight
yes,
we have Sparky, one of our moderators. How's it going, Sparky?
Hey, Sparky's got maybe.
Nice going. Okay.
Good deal. Glad you're here, Sparky. Thank you very much for coming in and sitting with us again, visiting for a while.
Nice and warm out here in Northern California. I'm out in the man cave.
You're out in the man cave tonight. Good deal. Where's the dog?
Yeah. He's over here on his bed.
There you go. Sparky's in the man cave. Got the dog with him. Kicked back, and he's ready.
Got a foam pad and the old dog bed that he tried to tear up, but been held together with Gorilla Tape on top of his foam pad.
His favorite place.
There you go.
And then he's got his ball. He's got a chew bone and his chew duck.
Chew duck.
His chew duck. Sageninator. Is that how you said it? Hello from Houston, he says. Or she says.
The duck's got a...
Oh, there you go. Got a squeaker for the dog. Did the dog's ears just perk up? Like, what are you doing with my shit, buddy?
I just thought some of my audio equipment was going haywire. I was so confused. Like, what is squeaking and giving feedback?
Okay, who else we got here?
That's from his first chew duck.
Oh, okay.
Destroyed it.
Got to have a replacement.
So I got the squeaker out of it.
Had to get a replacement duck. That'll get.
Yeah, I was going through the grocery store the other day and I saw one.
The only things mine are interested in now, my two older dogs are the dog beds, and they're rotated at a specific time from the dining room where we sit all day long. Me and Mama, if we're in there, we sit at the dining room table there and have our day. And then at about, 5 o'clock or so, 4:30, 5 o'clock, we migrate to the living room. And if we don't do it on time, Molly, our golden retriever, she'll get up, she'll just look at us like, okay, it's time to move the bed. Okay, I'm coming. And I move the bed and we migrate to the living room.
There you go.
Anyway.
We also have Velda joining us tonight. Hello, Velda.
Hello, guys.
How you doing tonight?
Everybody doing good.
Good.
We had a horrible day yesterday.
Horrible day.
Yep.
What
we
happened?
had bought 2 months ago. We bought 18 chicks.
Oh.
Every
no.
one of them were dead yesterday.
Oh, no.
No.
And about 3 days before that, Terminex had sprayed the outside of our house for bug spray.
Yeah, I'd be
Oh,
calling
God
Terminex,
damn
telling
it.
them they owe you some chicks, babe. I'm telling you.
That's
we-
awful.
We raise chickens. And that's how you get them, baby. You get them from little tiny chicks. And then they learn to love you. They really do. Chickens are great. I'm sorry to hear about that, dear. How many do you have?
Yeah.
How many?
We'll just have to get some more.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you get yours from?
We got those ones we got from Trucker Supply.
Ah. There's a place here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We got Rhode Island Reds and Dominicker.
We got ours online at some, I can't remember the website.
Yeah, I can't remember the site
Where you
either.
could order your chicken
Myers?
and it's a big company, so
Myers?
it might have been. We
Or
got
Tackle
chickens.
Factory.
We picked them out by looks. Oh, look, I want the one with the afro and the feathers that go wild. And when we had some that were red and oh yeah, we had eggs all the time, darling. I miss my chickens, really do. I want some more, but my chicken coop now is a goat
pen,
Yeah,
and the raccoon population is way too much
Yep,
here.
too many raccoons.
And we also want to welcome to the call Chris
right.
Kloss.
There he
Chris
is.
Kloss, are you here?
Hey,
Uh-oh,
hey,
Chris?
Chris. Mr. Claus. You know. We
He's
all
in the
know.
call. He ain't muted.
You're not muted? Come on, Chris. My ice is melting, buddy.
Hopefully he'll come back.
All right. Well, he might be having some technical difficulties or something getting into the Discord channel, but I know he's there. And because I know he's there, I got a package from Chris Kloss today. And as a matter of fact, say something nice, Travis, so they can hear your voice.
Oh, something very nice?
Yes, something really nice. Yeah.
Chris Kloss?
Really?
Chris Kloss.
He's a pretty good guy.
Pretty good guy. out here.
There's something nice.
Yeah,
Something
that
very
is
nice.
something nice. That's, Travis is speaking tonight through a microphone that was provided by Chris Kloss, and it's a PV.
Yeah, PV mic.
PV mic. It's a hell of an upgrade from what he had earlier.
He supplied us with both the mics that we're using
yes,
tonight,
so
actually.
both the microphones that we
and the mixer that it's going through.
And I hope you can see me real good, because that's not all he sent me. He sent me this glass of ice. He sent me this glass of ice that is in dire need of some Knob Creek bourbon. And this is Chris. Oh, yeah. There it is. And as I've always said before, the only thing a good bourbon should need
It's a good cigar.
is a little ice and a cigar. Yeah, a cigar would go good. Oh, I don't know. I'm bragging on that. Boy, that smells good. Chris Kloss, buddy. This one's for you. That is what good bourbon needs. Ice and somebody to drink it. And that's not all. Chris was very kind to us. He says, hi. Oh, you got me on that camera?
Yeah. You can
He
see,
says
you can
hi.
See I got you on that camera.
From Hawaii. HI, that's Hawaii, baby. Chris is going to be moving over to Hawaii, I believe. And some stickers. A wooden manta ray that I just love. This thing is going to be sitting right
that's
here
awesome.
on my desk. That is really neat.
Mm-hmm.
But because his wife, Patty, and his wonderful daughter, Bear, it's a family thing. I got, oh, Lord have mercy. I got more honey, baby. And he sent this jar of honey. He sent some honey sticks that are like pixie sticks.
But full of good honey
Oh,
stuff.
good honey. It's just so you nip off the end of it, put it in your mouth, and squeeze it up. Boy, you got yourself a mouthful of honey. It is. And as I have said before, the last time he enlightened us about honey is the varying taste in honey. It depends on where the honey's come from, what it tastes like, and it is just such an amazing. I got some more goldenrod and pepper.
Yeah.
So I like that. But Chris, he's been an amazing donor to the show, and I want to thank Chris very much. He's not there yet?
I don't know.
I want to ring his bell, buddy.
Have that now?
There you are. Buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. All right.
I got your package today, buddy.
Well, good.
I am just blown away by it. And by the way, the bourbon is very good.
well, I'm glad you like it.
That's pretty good bourbon. And
helps
the honey.
Get through the day.
Huh?
Helps you get through the day.
Oh yeah, that'll help. That'll help. Got to be careful with that because I notice it's 100 proof. You know when it's 100 proof, that's 50% alcohol, baby. That's enough to kick your butt. And so you got to be careful with it. And but I'm going to try that thing with the steaks.
That one you got to do.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
3.5 hours to 4 hours. That's it.
I can do it.
Salt and pepper.
You're
good to go.
Can you wring them out and drink the bourbon afterwards, or?
Absolutely.
Don't want to waste that bourbon. We were tickled to death. I had gone this morning up to the little taco stand. It's about 4 or 5 miles away from my house to pick me and Mom up a breakfast taco this morning because I didn't want to cook this morning. And but normally I do. And but anyway, I came back and there it was sitting on my steps. I said, "Oh, looky here," and I knew where it was because it said "Aloha from Hawaii," and so. That's Chris. So, buddy, it's just it's a thrill, and I got your book too. I got the book. I mean, my wife got a candle. I'm gonna hold up the candle. She done lit this. She said, "Don't run away with that." I said, "It smells good, baby. It's rose geranium," and she just loved that. So, Chris, I'm telling you, man, you just put a smile on everybody's face here, including Travis when he tried out that mic.
Oh yeah, now we're all coming in crystal clear.
Now he's done.
So you can share that honey with him too, though, right?
Oh yeah. We put the sticks out there on the breakfast bar out there, and they're in a coffee cup. Just grab one.
Yeah, there's also a fly swatter next to it, and every time I get close, oh wait, was I not supposed to tell him that? They use the fly swatter to swat me away from it. Yeah, get away from things. No, actually, Chris, today I went over to see a friend of mine, Jeffrey, and I was going to see Maestro, which is Jeffrey is Maestro's brother, and I swang by his house first, and I was carrying with me some of the honey that you sent last time, the goldenrod and pepper.
Right.
Okay. And I had that with me, and I wanted Jeffrey to take a taste of it before I took it over to his brother, Maestro. And so I went in there, and we're sitting around. He was messing with a mixer. They do audio and video on. They're working on a guy that was there from a Spanish station, and they were working on some equipment stuff. And anyway, I told him, Jeffrey, you got to try this stuff out, man. You could get you a butter knife, and he dipped the butter knife in there and got a little bit. And I said, no. Dip in there and get you some. And he did, and he put it in his mouth, and he tasted it and whatnot, and boy, I'm telling you, I was sitting there watching his eyes, and his eyes lit up, and I said, yeah, a little warm, isn't it? Man, that's honey? I said, yes, it is, buddy. I said, come to find out, depends on where them bees live, what kind of honey you get. And short story is he kept that jar, so it was a small baby food jar like thing. So I got to make another baby food jar out of that first jar. And so I don't feel so bad because I got a new jar today. So I'll share.
You just let me know which ones you like, and we'll make sure you keep getting.
Buddy, honey, for those that haven't experimented with honey, and I didn't. As a matter of fact, I was over there telling Jeffrey today all the little shit I learned in the little bee book. Yeah, like I'm a bee expert now. Oh, yeah, man, look, listen here. And it was a good conversation. So thank Bear, especially, we really appreciate, I know that's where she works. So follow the honey or follow the bees.
That's right.
No, wait.
That's the company my daughter works for.
Yes.
And they bring in honey from all over the world.
Who knew?
And And a friend of mine, Brian, he goes all over the world to build hives and to get the agricultural end of it going, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, because without bees, baby, we're not going to have no food. And he sent me a beekeeper's handbook. And this is a nice thick book, baby.
I think I'm going to read that, backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Because that's actually really interesting to me.
It is. It is. And like I said, the more you learn about bees, and you know, we all understand the birds and the bees, but get your mind out of there. We're talking about real flowers and stuff and vegetables and whatnot.
Very mature, Dad.
Very mature. And, but it is important. And if we lose the bees, we lose a whole lot. But that we knew.
Yeah.
I did not know they can make honey that tasted like marshmallows.
They actually have there's the culture of bees that actually they forage off of a deadly plant, and if you eat the honey, you die.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I think you guys brought that up last time we were talking about honey. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that blew my socks off. I was like, what?
You have to wonder who found out.
Oh God!
What happened to Bob? Well, you know, you ate the honey over there. Well, shit, don't eat that honey. Boy, had his shit.
So really quick, before we go any further, we want to welcome David from Everett, Washington. David, how's it going?
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm doing fine, fair. David. How about you?
Oh, doing well, thanks, John.
Good deal.
Have you tasted any honey lately?
Nope. I can't say I have.
You need to go out and taste some honey here.
You're going to be a
hardcore
honey advocate. And we also want... Oh, what was that?
There's two types of honey that I've tasted in my life that I absolutely love. And that's from Canadian thistle and fireweed.
Wow.
This what Chris sent me is goldenrod and pepper. And then there's some other names of some other one, the one that tastes like marshmallow. I can't remember the name of that. That was good. That went fast. That went quick. Everybody, that tastes like marshmallows. No. Yeah, taste it. Oh, man, it tastes like marshmallow. And then you think to yourself, oh, that's another stick, Colin. It's a limit to that sharing stuff when you get low.
And I'm really happy to see this individual back in our chat. Tonight we got Dennis Valadez.
How's it going there?
Hello, Dennis. We missed you, buddy. Hope everything's all right.
Yeah, just getting my health back on track.
Good. Well, eat honey. Eat some honey. I'm pushing honey today. I'm going crazy with my honey today. So, yeah, I'm glad to see you back, buddy. You know, we all have shit that's what Monday just sucked. I got home probably, you know, a little after 4 or something, and I'm already late for my rant. I had my mind on a lot of other shit, and I could just feel and I want people to understand when I say I'm stressed out, it ain't about Donnie. Donnie is my outlet. This is my outlet right here. This is my stress reliever. This is me opening my mouth and getting the shit that's in my head out. But no, we, as with everybody else in life, we have things we have to deal with, and you know, things are on my mind. Shit you got to deal with. You know, that's life.
Yeah.
You know, you got to deal with shit, and shit just keeps happening. You know, shit here, shit there. There's a lot of shit. But yeah, I'm glad you're back, bub. Dennis is one of our moderators, by the way. So.
King moderator.
Him and Sparky are co-king moderators.
Yeah.
Where's Jen?
I don't know where Jen is tonight.
Jen's not here tonight. That's another one of our monitors.
Yep.
She may have a prior engagement tonight or something.
But anyway, so yeah. So let's get this conversation going, and then later on in the show, I'll add some more callers to the chat. All right.
Did anybody else see the lineup last night on the town halls?
Nope, missed that one. We'll go back and watch pieces of it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm interested
in. I'll have to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what Mama likes to do. But we sat there last night and, you know, watched all of them back to back, except for the first one. I think I missed the first one because Jenny was hollering or something. I had to go move her, and then I have to pet her and brush her, and you know, it turns into a thing. So, but I missed the first part of the first one, I think. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of them. the two that really stood out to me last night were Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren both. Pete Buttigieg did great. They pegged him on more of his policy thing. Don't have enough policy up there. Well, he's just mayor. Jesus, give him a little time. Which he said, thank you, Virginia Woody. She loves my shirt. Excuse me. Teresa Diggum, she says, let's talk about your post. I got a post. What post? Dear, remind me what post that is. Anyway.
About Bernie.
Oh.
It was probably people saying they would vote for Bernie or vote for Trump.
Before they vote for
Bernie doesn't get it.
Bernie's big, especially with the young. Especially with the young. There's a lot of young Democrats out there that support Bernie. They call them Bernie bots. They're just dedicated. And that's good to have that kind of a base. But I did notice something that Bernie said last night, and I just jotted down, if the youth voted. And it was referenced that he said out there on the stage that in the Democratic Party, we want to go in a progressive, he didn't say all this, I'm paraphrasing, and then I'll tell you what he said. We want to go in a progressive direction with health care, with college education, with climate change. These are things that were big on people's mind last night, and we have a very progressive agenda, especially a lot of us. We want to see this shit happen. We want to see universal health care. Today I was talking with Jeffrey about and his friend Javier Garcia, and the fact that we emphasize education so much in this country that your kids should go to college to get a degree to be able to do something, because that's what it takes in this world. And if that's what we're preaching, then high school is free because our taxes pay for that. And by the way, they also pay for your local community college, which I don't see any problem with merging and saying, hey, we need to increase it because the demand for that has increased. The technology of our age has demanded a higher education, so that's what we need to provide as a society to our children. And the best way to do that is through free education up through college, through these community colleges. Private colleges, I guess, are going to be able to charge whatever they want, or your parents can, wink, wink, pay a little bit to get your ass in. But it's what society. It would be good for society, I think. What do you think?
Politicians don't want you to be educated, Joe.
No, they don't. Politicians, those that don't seek for the better good, they want you poor, hungry, and needing a job, baby. That's what they want. Because if you're poor, hungry, and needing a job, well, you're going to work because you got to take care of your family. Today is Jorge Tirebiter's birthday, by the way. So I want to wish him happy birthday. Or was it yes? I don't know. It was either yesterday or today. I'm sorry.
Regardless, happy birthday.
I was checking out his timeline today, just going through there, and he had pictures up there of the old farts family reunion, which I love that whole idea. There, old farts coming along, playing music up there at the Tirebiter Ranch. And there was a comment that he made in there that just really sank hard. And he said, I'm just paraphrasing because I'm not going to read it. It said that Tejanos are Americans too. And how long does a man have to work hard, provide for his family, raise his family, be a member of the community, have no conflict with the law, and still somebody wants to degrade his humanity or something because of what? And que esto? How long? How long does it take before you're accepted into a society? And that hit, it's like I told my wife, that tells you everything about the guy. That tells you right there where his heart is. It's what our side fights for. Anyway, what I was talking about with Bernie, the comment that he made was that there's a large voting block of boomers that are Democrats, and we take up a large voting block, and a lot of them are moderate, and some people are don't like that. They want the more progressive. And Bernie made the comment that if the youth got out and voted, we would have the most progressive candidates. We would have the most, benefit for our society if all they got out and voted. And that's why we really need to stress to them that it's important. It's the most important thing you can do in your life. And when you're young, and I guess because we were all 20 at one time, baby, your life is different, and we all have different priorities. I used this last election that we had here, the special election before the midterm, to elect a congressman because old Blake Barenthal had to leave because he was a jerk, and he had to resign. And the voting day was on a Saturday. It was a beautiful day. Just weather was perfect, and the beach was packed, and a Republican won. And so there are those that yell for the boomers to turn around and be progressive. And what they need to do is turn around to the younger and look at them and say, we need to pick up the pace, baby. We need to pick up the pace because they are the most powerful voting bloc. If they vote, we win. So there's a lot to push to our younger generation to get up and do something, to be involved. And I was happy to see last night in the town hall that there were a lot of youth in that. Well, it was a college town. What else they would be out partying, I guess.
Well, I have to say, Bear is she's 17. She's going to be 18 in June, and has been chomping at the bit to vote since Trump got in.
There is a lot of our youth that's doing that.
And I don't know a single one of her friends, and she has many, who have really dedicated themselves to the vote. When they're capable, they're going to be in that booth pulling the right lever, and it will happen this time around. I believe
it will,
based on just what I've seen with that demographic.
Well, they've had a lot of motivation. The big one being Parkland here recently, if you want to call back the last few years recently, that inspired another boost to that motivation to stand up and do something. In their case, gun rights and gun laws, but that same progressive value. It's what did I jot down? I thought I jotted something down about the Second Amendment.
Well, what Bear is really sick about is the fact that the poor are paying to keep the wealthy fat.
Yes.
And she doesn't want to do that anymore.
No.
She knows that there's no reason why we can't afford. She actually sat down and did the math. It would be very easy for us to all have universal health care.
Yes. Free
college tuition. Just by what Bernie says, 2% of the wealthies, just tax them 2% more, and that's done.
2% of what? Billions? What, how much is that going to hurt you? How much is that going to hurt you? Really? Especially because Bernie I think, is the one that pointed out that Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Amazon made $11 billion in profit and paid zero in taxes. 11 billion, 400 million, I think, or 300, 200, who cares when you're talking millions?
71 billion
in profit, and paid no taxes on that. And that
you pay more to have Amazon Prime than they pay in taxes.
That's ridiculous. That's
right. They even got a tax return this year of 26 million.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? That's what I'm talking about. The tax laws are not written. That book, the tax law book that they always talk, that's not thick because of us, baby. There's nothing in there that's going to protect your ass, my ass, or anybody down here working for a living. That is for the corporations in the upper 1%, baby. That's to keep their money. And that's what our tax laws are written for. That kind of bullshit.
And it's written by.
Yes, written by, for, and what's that? The government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Yeah, well, that's what we have now. It is not happening. And, yeah, that's how come our tax laws are like that. If we could get those under control, if we just force the corporations, and as was pointed out last night, the billions and zillions of dollars that are stored in offshore bank accounts to hide it, by people like Donald Trump.
Not only should that money come back, but those who are hoarding it and they should be in jail. I mean, that's worse than what's her name?
Betsy DeVos.
Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart spent what, 3 months for a couple of $1 million?
Yeah.
These guys are doing billions. Give them $1 a day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's in everything that we see. It's all about the money. That's what I always say. It's all about the money. I don't care what subject you're talking about. It's all about the money. And last night was no different. They was talking about the cost of prisons. $80 billion is the cost that the government pays for prisons, the highest rate of incarceration in this country. And it was being related as to how that happened in this country. We incarcerate more people per capita than any country in the world, and 70% of prisoners are high school dropouts. I think that was either Kamala Harris or.
Well, she didn't help. She put a bunch of them in there herself. But that's all the drug war.
Yes.
Nixon did not like black people, so black people did a little cocaine, and hippies. He didn't like the hippies, so. They like pot, and that's why that's a Schedule I. And they just created a drug war, which made a lot of people a lot of money.
And targeted the black community. Where they could provide a good workforce for the prison system, which is what they did. And now we're on the verge of legalizing marijuana all over the country, and we have people sitting in prison right now for minor drug laws, minor pot laws, and shit like that.
They're starting to release them in California.
That's good. That's progress. That's realizing a mistake and making it right. That's what progress looks like, and it's what we need to do with all of it.
It's hard to give back a guy who's done 10 years for having a joint.
Yeah,
you can't make that right.
You can't make that up. There's no way. The time that a person serves is time in their life that they will never escape. For one thing, I'll tell you that right now. It'll never get out of your head. It'll be with you forever. And but I'm glad to see that the First Step program started in an enlightenment of the wrong that has been done. But this all depends on us, the Democrats, taking control. Because if you think the Republicans give a shit about all this crap, nope, baby. They're there to try to get more people in prison.
It's moneymaker for them.
That's it. There's money in them prisons, baby. They're traded on the stock market. I think what is American Correctional Institutes or whatever, private prison.
Legalized slavery.
Yeah, they're traded on the stock market, and it's dependent upon how many prisoners they have in the system. That's the stock. That's the value of their business. And a lot of these
prisons, if they're not kept at 80 or 90% full, they have a contract that says that they can fine the city that they're in or the state that they're in money because it's not full. So then the police just go out and start picking everybody up.
Pick it up, buddies. We have more pull more people over, check them out, see what's going on. Somebody out there breaking the law, they got to be, and we'll catch them.
I mean, whatever happened to back when I was a kid, you got in trouble, the police came and took you home to your mom and dad, and you got your whooping. And that's what happened.
Days gone by.
Oh, excuse me. I had a tickle in my throat.
Yeah, I noticed.
Anyway. Yeah, the good old days, the 50s and 60s.
Yeah. That's haven't we come down a long road from those days? But really, have we traveled that far? Because it seems to me like the right, maybe they've lost their way, but I'm enlightened. One, his poll numbers went down. He's like at what? I think 37 or some 37%. Kiss my ass. 25%. That's what I always say. You look at that number, whatever it is, 25% of his base, not 25% of this country, but 25% of his base are the little minion cockroaches that you are not going to get rid of. I don't care how many fumigators you come in there. The flag, the Confederate flag waving, the degenerate, oh, not ginger, well, them too. Deplorable, the deplorables. John, yes, sir.
Did you see where the Twitter CEO was meeting with Donnie today, and Donnie bitching because
they're being mean to the
cleared
Republicans.
Out no, somebody of his followers are bots, and they wiped them out.
So his number went down, and he got all panties in a wad and went up there to go see the CEO of Twitter. He went nuts this weekend.
Says we go through and clear out bots and spam accounts every so often. And you had a lot of bots and spam accounts following you.
I keep reminding him that Obama has over 100 million followers. Every time I kind of tweet to him, every once in a while, I remind him that Obama has twice the followers he has. You know, and a lot of people that follow him or news organizations just want to get the latest nut job tweet that came out. And he had a tweet storm this weekend. I read where he did in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, he retweeted 24 items. Retweeted 24 little Fox and Friends is the greatest in the world, Donnie's the greatest in the world, no collusion, all this. 24 in 30 minutes. That's what our president does. He did over 50 on Saturday, or well, I'm sorry, Sunday.
He's perfectly paranoid.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, like Bob says, one day they're going to go in there and find him naked in the corner playing with himself. He's an idiot. He's going club.
I guarantee you they already have.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
probably
pretty sure that's not.
He's pitching a fit now.
Must be a lonely life.
Yeah. He's pitching a fit now, baby, because they want his taxes, and he's going to fight hell and high water. It tells you everything about the man. You know, if you're going to fight so hard to hide every part of your life from your taxes to your school grades to anything else that anybody wants to know about you, it tells you exactly who that man is. He's a cheap con job. But anyway, he pisses me off every freaking day. You know, I did a short video today with Javier Garcia, who is on a Spanish station around here, and I stumbled into him today, and he had the camera right there, and I did a little rant for him, so I don't know where that's going to pop out at, but
that's news to me. Wait, what?
Yeah.
You did a video with somebody today?
Yeah, I did a video today when I went over to Jeffrey's house. They were doing the same thing you're doing right there. They had a computer in front of them. They were trying to do a mixing on I guess a video that they're doing, because they do excellent work. And I had gone in to give Jeffrey some of that honey.
Yeah.
And Javier was sitting there. I didn't know who he was. And after I started talking to Jeffrey, this guy says, well, wait, who are you? Because Leo walked in the room, another friend. Leo walked in the room and was telling Javier, that's the real deal right there. That man right there, he's got something to say, and he's not afraid to say it. And Javier was looking at me like, well, what do you do? So I do a little YouTube thing. I like to, give people my opinion. On what? And Jeffrey told him, well, it's politics, man.
When we find out, we'll let him know.
That's it. Well, when Jeffrey told him politics, he kind of looked at me because I was wearing my cowboy hat and all that.
Oh, no, are you one of them?
Oh, that's what he probably thought. I said, no, baby. I know I don't look like I'm a Democrat, but I'm the biggest blue Democrat dot you ever saw in this city. And anyway, that progressed into him getting out his camera and did a short interview with him there. But he kept that camera. I thought he was too close, man. He had the camera right up in my face, but when he showed me the video, I was, oh, okay. Got me from the waist up. Shit, it looked like I was just going to get my nose. But,
must have been like one of those GoPros.
Yeah, it was nice. He's I don't know where that video is going to end up, but yeah, did a little video with him today.
Well, that's interesting.
It'll show up somewhere, I guess. He was pretty excited about it.
How's the chat doing tonight? Let's see. How is everybody doing in the YouTube world, the Facebook world, and possibly Twitter? I don't know. We don't get too many viewers on Twitter.
Saying she's not backing down, baby. Neither am I. You know, that's last night when they was talking about impeachment. I'll get on a rant. Karen Cormier, I have many times, and they banned. Yes, Karen Cormier gets banned all the time. Hey, Karen, you know how many times I've been banned? None. What? With all the shit that comes out of my mouth? 'Cause I don't like it. What? With all the shit that comes out of my mouth? 'Cause I don't like it. What? With all the shit that comes out of my mouth? None. What? With all the shit that comes out of my mouth? None. What? With all the shit that comes out of my mouth? None.
Well, you've been.
I ain't never been banned.
You've
They
never
blocked
been
me.
banned, but yeah, you've been put in jail.
Well, they
quite a
blocked
few
me from
times.
sharing my videos.
Yeah.
They'll say, nope, 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 you can't share this shit. And I tell them, kiss my ass. I have to wait till tomorrow when the 24-hour clock goes away, I guess, or whatever they do. And then I go share it.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass. Can't get around that shit. But
well, it's because Facebook ain't making money off of you.
Yeah. Well,
that's their goal. That's the one thing that I can't stand about Facebook is if you look at their video platform, for example, you can make money kind of like how you can on YouTube posting videos.
Rolling in the dough.
But the problem, well, yeah, but the problem is with Facebook, if I'm correct, Facebook gets a bigger cut, and there's no real positive or there's no surefire way of like stopping people from stealing other people's shit. So they'll rebrand other people's work and just put it on a page. So for example, if I were to make a political page, I'll start a political page, take other people's political videos, put a watermark on it, call it my own. Facebook doesn't give a shit. And by the time the original owner comes up and says, hey, that's my video,
hey,
Facebook
Dana,
goes,
Dana
oh.
Rain, I seen you go.
Yeah, no, Facebook goes, oh, well, sorry. We're going to keep the money, though, that we made. We'll take the video down, but we're going to keep the money we made.
That was discussed last night, really, by, it was either Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders that was talking about social media.
Yeah.
How, the power of them making money off social media, meaning that they give it to you free. Here's Facebook, here's Twitter, have yourself a ball, have a little Instagram, here you go play with that. And they get the information off you, and plus advertisers, I guess, on whatever. But like the little short videos that are in front of mine.
Yeah.
Because I allow skippable. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
I'm rolling in the dough there, baby. Thinking about going to Monte Carlo or
Yeah. Content creators on YouTube don't make squat. But that's the thing that's the problem is you have these big companies making money on ads because we allow ads on the video because we get a small cut.
Yeah.
The problem is
small. Emphasize the word small.
Oh yeah, like pennies per ad. But the problem is we have these companies making a buttload of money off of other people's content, which is normally copywritten or uploaded by the non-original uploader or creator. Yeah. So that is something that needs to be fixed, and that's partially why I left Facebook is because as a content creator myself, I look at it and it's just like, no, that's wrong. That's robbery. It's like, oh, sorry, your video was falsely uploaded.
You put it out there.
We're going to keep the millions of dollars we made off of ads because 30 million people watched the video.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on a side note. I did notice on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. We're getting mighty close to 900,000 views.
900,000?
We're getting
Holy
close.
shit.
We're not far from having
going to look into that. I haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, we're at 800 and something thousand views. So that's pretty good. We're getting close to 1 million views. I can't wait till we go. We got 1 million views.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Let's see. We are at 900,075 total views.
There you go. We went over 900,000 views. Ta-da! Where's the balloons?
Great.
Where's the confetti falling from?
How many?
Ain't got that shit? Boy, holy crap.
I can only
see my publicist ain't got shit covered.
There you go. You happy?
There you go. Got a sound effect for it.
There you go. You got that. That is kind of crazy though.
We went over 900,000.
900,000.
Outstanding.
I thought it was pretty crazy when we made it over 5,000 views total, and it was like, oh shit.
Are you shitting me? I remember sitting in the living room with Mama going, look at this. We hit 50 people. Look, there's 50 people out there looking at my shit. Can you believe that crap?
That's all thanks to everybody who's watching it, everybody who's
right
with us
now,
tonight.
Baby.
Jesus Christ.
Right now, the family has grown, and it's grown because of a common thread that runs through all of us, and that's a desire to make this a more pleasant country again, a more inviting and more benevolent nation that we should be.
Yeah. In the long run, these are just numbers that just shows us milestones of how far we've come over the last, 2 years doing this?
Over 2 years.
But really the coolest part, and again, I see it every time I look over at the chat, as fast as it's going, it's just people talking amongst themselves. and people joining us to
that's
talk
what I
with us
want.
tonight. And that's just the greatest thing, is to finally have people talking about it.
When I
Because
was
if
flying
people,
by a little while ago, there was like several people saying, "Hi Val, hi Val." There you go. People saying hello to each other when they come in. I love that shit.
exactly.
What a family we have. Let's all give ourselves a big round of applause. You got applause? Look at that. Crickets.
Sorry,
Boy,
wrong
howdy
one.
shit. Gave me crickets. He gave me crickets.
There you go.
Boy. Ain't that some shit?
I never said I was smart.
Boy, I had to hit the wrong button. Gave me crickets. Ain't that some shit, Belda?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I need a stick over here or something so I can hit him when he does shit like that, like I do out in the living room.
Yeah, no, there's no inanimate object here.
No,
You can fling.
No, I
that
ain't throwing
Yeti
nothing
mic
over
at
here.
me.
No, I'm not throwing nothing over here. This is all my treasures, buddy. This is what I'm going to leave you for inheritance. What's left of the whiskey.
Well, thanks, Dad. I'm considering I drank a whole lot.
Yeah.
As I chugged down on my water.
Yeah. Somebody else drinks a lot of water.
The other brother might actually take you up on that.
Yeah. No, the other brother, he has an interest in it, but he's not.
No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't actively drink. He likes an occasional drink.
He tasted a margarita and figured out, hey,
I like
that's
this
like
shit.
lemonade. Yeah, damn right. But it's got whiskey. It's got tequila in it, baby. Watch out with that shit. But it's true. That's a margarita. It's just like lemonade. Shit, just have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoever. Anyway, I quit that shit. Candy Guidry. I love to see her post every Wednesday night. Candy will post a picture of her margarita, and it's a religious thing, so y'all don't make fun of that. I like her religion. And in the background, there's chips and salsa, and it's like, damn, let's go to town, baby. Anyway.
Let's see, I'm going to add some fellow callers into the call because I told him I'm going to bring them in. Hang on 1 second. Let's welcome.
If you see.
That's it. We got Ms. Linda, Randy Curvin, and Yogi Bear, a.k.a. Chris, in the call with us. How y'all doing tonight? Uh-oh, did we lose connection?
See there? Are you there? Hello, Miss Linda.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are y'all?
Doing pretty good. There's Randy Curvin. And Chris, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty, we got everybody in.
So we have two Chris's. We have Chris and Chris.
Yeah, we have Chris with a K.
And Chris with a C.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Randy, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing good.
Randy's rants. Randy does he speaks his mind on his he makes a video. How many times a week, Randy?
Usually 3, but sometimes 4 times a week.
Just depends on how much he pisses you off that day, huh?
Yeah, that's the truth.
I can relate. I can relate. On days that I'm not doing a rant, it's all of a sudden you look at the TV and go, oh, no shit.
What
do you all use to record your rants?
Yeah.
Just regular software or what? I mean, tell me. I'm clueless how to do it. I'm dumb.
I just go out, my rants, like I always say, my rants are just, I got to do that by myself and record them because it's just me venting my anger out or my concerns out. And I got to get that out of me. And
it's therapy.
Yeah, it's therapy. It really is, man. I'm telling you.
We should use a special software or anything for it or what?
No, and here's for the show, like what we're doing right now, yeah, but it's only because I have experience with this stuff. But, to do a rant, you don't need that. If you got a phone with a forward-facing camera or even rear-facing, geez, when Dad started, he just used his first iPad.
My iPad.
That was a piece of junk.
Had to hook battery cables up to it all the time to get jump started.
And that was how all this started. And in fact, nothing has ever beat that first video you ever did. Keep in mind.
Thanks for letting me know I've gone downhill since then. I appreciate that. It made me really feel good now.
No, because when you came out and said that, it was at the peak of everybody's just like despair. You went.
We were all pissed.
Yeah.
A lot of us could not believe it.
And his video, your first video, I think went over total, because it was just on Facebook. It wasn't no YouTube.
I know it went over 80.
No, it went way higher than that.
Yeah, wow.
Over time, I think you nearly hit 1 million views.
Wow.
I watched it when it came out.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate that.
Did you repost it?
I don't know how to find it.
Oh, I can go find it. I also have the copy on my hard drive downstairs. I can always show it. But the point I was getting to that is, you know, if you have a phone and if you can upload the video from your phone or from your tablet directly to YouTube or Facebook, that's all you need to do to start. Because all this other stuff is just to make my job easier. If it was just Dad wanting to do his voice and all that other stuff, you know, he can just continue doing it from an iPad.
We've evolved, and let me tell you something too. If you're not photogenically as pretty as me, let's say, or you just don't want to put your face on camera, and I'm surprised I do, but you don't have. You could train your camera on a lake, a flower, a horse, whatever you're around, traffic, and just let your voice come through.
And if you don't want to do that, just write.
Yeah, write on. Stay involved, writing or being involved in this kind of. It vents out that frustration, and you'll be surprised exactly how many people out there are sharing your same frustration.
I like to do a rant about this insulin prices, the gouging on that. And that affects me, and how many people choose insulin over food or any other way. It's bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Last night, Big Pharma was a topic with all of them last night, and you know, when they were talking about universal health care, and I got it written down here, 91% of doctors are in Medicare. All right, when they saying, oh well, we can't go to Medicare for all because, you know, what do we got? You know, 91% of doctors already are in the Medicare program. So we're not talking about a big switch. There's the only fight going on is for the profits of the CEOs of the big pharma companies. As a matter of fact, one of them was arrested, charged, executive. Mama was talking to me about it. I didn't write it down yet. Some big pharma executive has been charged. Two of them. One pled guilty, and the other one, I guess. But it's you know, that's a good step, baby. You want to see where the drug problem come from? Look no farther than Big Pharma, baby. They packaged it and sold it to you and gave you ads on TV to ask your doctor for it because, you know, it's just
they advertised it as non-addicting.
Yes, we're talking about opioids, hydrocodone, OxyContin, stuff like that.
The guy who was arrested today was a former CEO of a distribution company, not actually one of the manufacturers.
Is that you, Jen?
Yes, that's Jen.
I thought so. See, baby.
What, 133 million pills or something like that?
Think about that. And you know, that's how come they're not worried about getting on like a $10 or $20 million fine to the government. That's piddly squat. They'll pay that off and just go off.
They're going after the distribution guys because in the investigation of the whole issue, they found that there was a number of distributors who were sending quantities in the hundreds of thousands of doses to pharmacies that were in markets of a few hundred people, and it looks suspicious. And
you reckon?
Those folks for
but
really breaking the law.
Do you know that the Republican Congress stood up and tried to block the DEA from investigating that very pharmacy, and I think it's who's the one from Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn, I want to say. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. From senator from Tennessee now.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it was her. She was big in blocking that. The DEA investigation into the distribution system, pushing out all these opioids because the Republicans blocked it because well, you know, that's between a doctor and his patient. You can't get involved. You know, my constituent over here needs his medicine, and you're trying to stop him from getting it. And they won. And you know, look where it keeps going. You ain't got a problem with marijuana in this country. You got a problem at the pharmacy. You know.
You got a problem with drugs. That's between the doctor and you. But if you are if you're a woman and you're pregnant and don't want to be, well, that's between you, the doctor, and the government.
Yeah. They want to stick their nose right into that one. Don't even get me started on that shit. The pro-birthers. What's that?
A friend of mine is she is fighting tooth and nail. She has had an accident at work, and she needs like 15 grains of Oxycontin just to be able to work through the pain today. And they put her through so much rigmarole just to get the 30 pills that she needs.
Yeah,
that's awful.
That is. That's pitiful. And that was brought to you by the doctor. So here you go. It's a form of income. The amount of some doctors get paid, the more they push certain pills. But for the people that need them, it makes it difficult for somebody that and believe me, baby, I've got steel plates and screws in my back. Spines is exactly what it feels like.
Spines. Yeah. You got more than one? Damn.
I've got a loose screw too. When I'm reminded of that every once in a while. One of my screws is loose, and if I get in a bad position, I can feel it. And boy, I mean to tell you, it's excruciating. It shoots all the way down to my leg. It feels like somebody smashed my big toe with a hammer, and I can barely move for a little while. But I got a loose screw, and the reason I ain't getting it fixed is because when I went to go see the doctor last time, said, well, we need to cut you open there and fix that up in there. You got a whole big old problem there going on with them 2 screws. Well, we're just going to cut your stomach open this time, though, because we can't go through the back this time. So we're just going to cut your gut open, take your guts, set them up on the table, and then work on your back from this side. Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like a good idea.
I would get a second opinion from somebody.
Well, I did. Well, I didn't. I stopped. We were within 3 weeks, and for a major surgery they were fixing to perform on me. Which means the theater was all set up, the team was all set up, they was all fixing to do this big surgery on me when I decided against it, because the last conversation I had with my doctor, and this is in 2001, and I'm still walking, baby. It don't feel good, but I'm still walking. Was to do that surgery, and he told me during that last consultation that the outcome is a chancy thing here because of the porosity of the bone around the screw. We're going to take it out. We're going to have to take more bone from the other hip over here. We're going to move it over here. And there's a good chance, 50 to 55% chance that you could come out in a wheelchair. And I went home and thought about that shit. And that's when I decided, no, as long as I can still walk, we'll just deal with the pain whatever way I have to. And so thanks for the bourbon, and that'll help. I try not to take pills. I try to work on a natural thing there. Yeah. But,
well, that's how I do with my pain.
Yeah.
Exactly how I do.
I've been dealing with it almost, ever since I was 48, I guess, when they put them in there, somewhere around that.
No,
I
sure be way
89.
earlier, because I was about to say I was not around.
You weren't born yet.
No.
Yeah, it was pre-Travis.
Pre-Travis, before everything went downhill.
My wife and I was married 14 years before he come popping along. I had a Porsche, 2-seater, me and Mama. Just throwing that out there, not to make you feel guilty or anything.
But really quick, because with all that being said. Back to the original topic.
Get us back on track, Travis. Come on.
Well, no, it's because you have stories about don't do that.
No, I'm good.
You heard it?
What?
Feedback.
Just
be careful.
No, I'm just trying to rearrange my ears there. They're good.
Where's my stick?
Yeah, don't do that.
Anyway, no, my point was going to be that you have stories about your back, and talking about medication with Chris here. To do rants about specific topics that involve you, or it hits close to home. Right. You understand these issues better than I could, or anybody could, or unless if they're in the same boat as you. So that's why it's important for, like Chris, if you want to do a rant based on this topic.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You should, because more people need to hear these real life problems, because who knows? Maybe the right people are watching and they go, wow, he made a good point. I changed my stance on this. This is wrong, you know?
And then even if that don't happen, you're getting it out, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you feel better about proclaiming what you feel is an injustice or something's not right. You know, I always say it's our voice and our vote. It's the two things we have, baby. That's it. You know, we could be in the street marching and pounding on the cement and everything else, but it still comes down to our voice and our vote. Our government bends to our will, not the other way around. When it becomes the other way around, then we've got serious problems. You know, and that's where this guy's trying to take it. You know, he doesn't want to be president. He wants to be king. Did y'all hear him? Nobody disobeys my orders. Are you shitting me?
Oh, I couldn't believe you did that.
Yeah. Didn't you read the report, Donnie? It says right here. They told you to kiss their ass. They ain't doing that shit. So, yeah. I mean, nobody, I mean, not everybody. You know, that's all a dream is.
The correspondence dinner and they laugh at me either.
Yeah. I'm telling you. It's embarrassing the way this is going on. I made the comment to that guy today that we all know that he's sitting on his bed with a bucket of chicken surrounded by 10 to 15 TVs, watching everything there is to watch and sitting there tweeting all sorts of shit. He's a maniac. He's ate up with it so much. Do you think he's got time to run this country?
He got a couple of Russian women feeding him grapes. And
yeah. You know, that's what he thinks that his life should be. You know, being fed grapes. We should all stand up and cheer for the great leader as he, you know, clap hysterically like they do in North Korea. That's what he wants. And it's sickening. I did see that there was a Republican switched sides today. I did not write down his name, but yes. Where was
we finally got that news like right before we went on. We're like, oh shit, what? Someone flipped.
Somebody flipped. Yep, a Republican said. I'm sorry. Say again.
Regarding
Rick.
Hang on, that could be our internet because I saw we dipped in the red there for a second. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, broke up a little bit.
Let's see. Do we still got everybody? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that shows you that there's a crack, baby, and it's coming because how much longer are those Republicans still going to consider themselves patriots of this country while they sit up there and defend a man who is obviously going off his freaking rocker with Twitter? If that's right there, to me, that's enough. Are you shitting me that he spends his day doing that? That's enough. Get his ass out of there. Yeah. That's what he's worried about. That's what he's consumed about. His legacy to whatever. He wants his name in gold on the wall down between us and Mexico and all that shit. That's the fantasies in his head.
I saw in the news tonight that they are going to name an area in the Golan Heights after Trump.
Oh, wonderful. That'll just feed that ego. And
just go there and live.
Yeah. Tells you everything, baby.
Build him a tomb over there and send him right on over.
Yeah. Well, they call him just they only think he's Christ, so let's nail him to a cross, wait 3 days, and see what happens.
Yeah, Robertson thinks that.
Yeah.
Just want to do a quick shout out to the Facebook chat. Good night, Rose Taylor. Hope you had a good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Rose, you're heading off to bed, Rose. Have a good night, darling. I'm always watching your post, baby. I put my heart there. You know, I always put a heart on everything. I don't do a like.
Yeah, you
I
do
do
the
a
heart.
love, baby. I want you to know. You know, I seen it. I'm you know, love to see posts from our Blue Dot family. I don't have enough time to go through all of them.
Yeah, your feed gets.
Yeah, my feed gets
watch
pretty loaded down. I told somebody, go over to my page and see my video. What's this? Oh no, go down farther. No, skip it. Go down. It's my last video. So yeah, I have a lot on my feed, but I just, you know, it's like I went to Jorge's page tonight, Jorge Tire Biter, and at the Scenic Tire Biter Ranch up by, I think it's up by Bruni, but going through his line and was just enjoying his pictures and stuff. And I do that to all y'all. If you're my friend on Facebook, eventually I get around to checking your whole timeline out. Look at here. What's I like that and whatnot, and I'll throw a heart out there. But it's what keeps this family going. It just keeps growing, and I just keep getting more and more I don't know.
Daughter about the EPA.
What's that? About the EPA?
I said my daughter and I've been arguing about the EPA.
Oh, darling, that's one of my sore points right there. When prick, what's that, Rick?
My biggest concern isn't that. My biggest concern is Kim Jong-un going to Russia and Russia and China in Venezuela.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing. It would be great to get along with the Russians. Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to sell. Yeah, that would worry should worry us all. He's going to meet with Putin. They're going to, discuss things and, probably conspire to make Donnie look more like an idiot. Than he already does. Donnie's pushing for another summit with Kim. What the hell for? It's just a dog and pony show.
Maybe he won't get out of South Korea.
No,
maybe he won't come home.
Yeah. There's always hopes. There's always a hope. But
I just pray for karma.
Well, hurry up, Karma. Tired of waiting. I need a shave.
Yeah, no kidding. I need a haircut.
Micah Cruz, Perry, Rick fucking Perry, another rich asshole. Yes, he is. Used to be our governor, huh, Micah? I'm telling you. Yeah, he's in charge of energy department. He knows how to plug things in, turn on switches even. He's highly educated in
Perry
energy.
puts on his glasses and he looks like he's Superman, but he's super dumb.
Yeah, he thought the energy department dealt in oil and gas industry and whatnot. That's all he thought. He had no interdiet.
Guys are beginning to sound a whole lot tinny.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember everybody that Donnie, his last nomination for the Fed, he already pulled out and all that. But Herman Cain, really? Are you shitting me? That guy, you're going to nominate for the head of the Fed to sit on the board? Are you shitting me? It just shows you to the depth of how he is.
I think he's going to pull out.
Yeah, he already pulled out. He already declared that he didn't. They're going to pick on me. Yeah, you bet your ass we are. And he didn't want to. So, yeah, he backed out. And the other guy did. He's not going to get confirmed either. The other one that wrote the book, Trumponomics, I can't remember his name. He's a Fox News bloviator that gets out there and pumps up Donnie all the time. One of Donnie's tweets this weekend was, "How can you be so mean to me when the economy is doing so good? It used to make a president immune to this stuff if the economy was doing good." Not verbatim, that's what he said though. And it just, when I hear that, my mind dips to, really, just put a price. Just go ahead and put the price that you think our freaking freedom is worth, what you think this country's constitution is worth. Let's go ahead and put a goddamn number out there. Because evidently, according to the Republicans, there's a number out there, baby, that you could sell this country out to. And I don't think we should let that go on. I'm sorry. I get pissed.
Sorry for what?
It just
this is the show.
The big picture, man. It just
our first quarter's down. Unemployment is jobs are down. Get it spit out right.
Yeah, I think it went down last time. But the stock market is up. It's in good territory, and people are making a lot of money on the stock market. But there's going to be a correction. There has to be. It's historically done, and I'm afraid that it's going to get a big correction, and it's going. What are they going to do then? I don't.
Well, AOC was right. The unemployment rate's down, but people are working 3 or 4 jobs.
Yeah, trying to make a living, baby.
Yeah,
trying to inch it out.
They only count the ones that apply for unemployment. Those that have dropped off or quit, they don't count.
Yep.
I've seen a little cartoon. I think it might have been in Funny Times, which I receive every month from Paulette Hallbeck, and it's a subscription she gave to us, and I get it every month. I love it. And it was a little cartoon, I think, and it said, it was somebody standing up at the podium holding a trophy cup and teacher of the year, and the guy was saying, "Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jones can't be here tonight because she's waitressing tonight." Teacher of the year, and she's got to take a second job. And that's not unusual in this country.
It should be unusual.
Well, again, that falls into that territory of what we say people are worth. You know, we have a huge military budget, and our servicemen, they could get paid twice what they're getting paid now, 4 times what they're getting paid for, because what we ask them to do. And it's the same thing with our teachers. They get paid chump change, it seems, and these are the people that we entrusted with our safety and our children. You know, where are our priorities? You know, but
did you see that story today about a cop who stopped a young black man, found out he was job interview, drove him to the interview, and then got the job?
Yes, got the job. Good for him. That was a good story, too. Yes, I did.
All right.
Yeah, cop pulled him over, what you doing or something, and took him to the interview, and the guy got the job because he was worried about it. That's what we need. That's people that are more interested in helping. What was that you used? Mr. Rogers said, "Look for the helpers."
Oh, look for the helpers. Yeah, it was a reference to back in the day when he would watch the news, and there was all sorts of bad things going. His mom used to tell him all the time, you know, always look for the helpers in time of crisis. There's always
there's always going to be those that are there to help.
Yep.
And that would be more those that lean on our side because we like everybody. But it used to not be, and it should never be, a political thing when it comes to that. This is our country that we share with them. You know, that certain percentage of deplorables, we will never do anything with them, except force them back into the little cubby hole or the garages or the little cracks that they used to stay in. And not out on our public streets spouting their bullshit. And that only happens when we demand it. And so, yeah, we got to demand that shit. Because I'm tired of watching the crap we see all the time. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm always looking at the chat, or looking at this thing, or looking at that thing. What thing am I not looking at?
Got too many things.
I sometimes got to look at you to talk to you, because then I get distracted and lose track of everything.
Randy Curvis says the money misspent we could use to have health care and better teacher. We could. Yeah. If you think of the amount of money that is just not only that we waste fiscally, I'm talking about, look at just this on the 2020 election, how many billions of dollars are going to be spent on this election. And when you start thinking of things that, Jason, that could be used, you know, to further our world, to further our country, to further our state, our city, everything else you can think of. You know, but and we'd all have our George Jetson car. But
God, why, are we going to get into this every single show now?
No, but last night they talked about infrastructure.
I want mine too.
I want mine too. I ain't giving up till I get it. I'll be my coffin. That's
you know what? Really quick, I'm going to intervene with this.
What?
What's your experience like going down SPID?
It's the biggest freeway here in Corpus, but it's nothing.
It's nothing, but how many idiots do you see?
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
now,
plenty
picture
of
that in the air.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Oh, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
This is like dog fights. Hey, you asshole, get out of my way. I'll fly you down.
No. It's like, I like the idea of flying cars too, but the thing is we need to come up with some hardcore air traffic control system for, I don't know, thousands upon thousands of people in the air at one time.
Hey, VFR, visual flight rules. Look around. Don't hit anything. Sort of like driving.
Good luck trusting everybody. How many red lights are run every second, you know? How many drunk drivers do you... We would need an autopilot system for this to work, I think.
I like George Carlin when he said that everybody ought to have a little gun that shoots darts.
It says idiot.
Yeah. And if you get 3 or 4 darts stuck on your vehicle, a policeman has the right to pull you over and give you a ticket because everybody thinks you're an idiot. We need a system. Who was it?
I thought it was stupid stickers.
Yeah, stupid sticker. Yeah, stupid sticker.
Yeah,
and
so
you get so many.
All that cop has to do is drive down the road, and somebody with a bunch of stupid stickers just pulls them over.
Just pull them over, give them a ticket. Yep, there you go. Why are you giving me a ticket? Because you're stupid, evidently.
I could have given 4 of those out today. That's how many freaking close calls we had going to town today. So stupid.
I settle into the slow lane nowadays.
I had to drive to the big town of Reading today.
Oh, yeah?
Nightmares, yeah.
How was that drive?
Oh, it's all right until you get close to Reading. So it's like bumper to it's not bumper to bumper, stop and go, but I mean, people are going like that out of hell on the freeway.
Yeah.
They come up on you so fast.
That's true.
Well,
and if you're in the fast lane, you didn't see them coming, they'll pull over to the slow lane and pass you.
Well, Corpus isn't bad. Corpus I don't consider bad at all because
suit yourself.
Hey, you drive through Houston, go through Dallas.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Drive through San Antonio, huh, Dennis? There's traffic. Corpus ain't got no traffic. Hell, either everybody's going to the beach or they're coming back from the beach. It's all a one-way thing.
You know, you're not wrong about the Houston. I'm not trying to say that Corpus is worse than bigger cities. What I'm just saying is there's plenty of idiot drivers, but then again, I guess that's everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's like people.
Plenty to go around.
Yeah.
It's a universal thing.
Watch a lot of YouTube videos on car crashes.
Yeah.
Stupid drivers they are.
No, you want one better? Watch compilation videos of Russian dash cam videos.
Oh shit, them Russian people are crazy as shit.
Hilarious.
Here, I'll just pass this truck going 20 miles. There you go.
No. My favorites are when. Here's 2 scenarios. You know, cars going down the road. No big deal.
No big deal.
Fucking MiG flies right over the road at
no shit
less than 100 feet. And it's like, what the shit? Okay, well, there's their military. Then you have the ones where someone is driving in traffic, and then a black van comes out of nowhere with dudes with machine guns and pulls someone out of their car, puts them in the van, and goes. And it's like, what the fuck is it like living in Russia?
Typical day in Russia. Come on, comrade. Get in the van.
My house got buzzed by an F-18 twice this weekend.
Oh, no. Oh. No shit.
For the damn rodeo, man. You could hear it coming, and the dog jump up, and you look around, and go, "What the fuck is that?" And he flew right over the top of the house because I'm dead and low blind.
I would be doing the same thing. I'd be acting like your dog.
I love it low.
What were you gonna say, Velda?
I said those videos from Russia. The truck drivers are absolutely hilarious.
Yes. Oh God, yes. I see some that drive with missing tires on their car, and I saw someone put a goddamn tire jack under the car, strapped it down, and was driving on the jack because it had a little itty bitty wheel on the bottom.
Yeah.
Kept their truck afloat with that damn thing. It was like,
hey, when it has to be there overnight, when you really have to go where the hell you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Improvise, overcome, adapt.
You see that shit in America, someone would be getting pulled over and probably thrown in jail.
Well, I seen a meme one time of this pickup truck in traffic, and it's a real picture. And on the back of this pickup truck is strapped everything this guy must have owned. I mean, there's couches, there's recliners, there's everything on the roof, tied onto the sides of the vehicle. Everywhere on this thing, and the thing said, "That's a real man, does it in one trip." Look at this thing. Barely can see out the window, it's so loaded. But don't want to go back.
Put one more thing on here.
Huh?
I can put one more thing on.
Yeah, I can put one more thing. Give me that. I can tie it right here. That's me. I am a good packer. I really am. We have moved so many times over 42 years. I've become pretty good at packing, but I don't want to do that again. That's why I fight for this house every month, baby, every month, and it's a struggle. It's just like a lot of people, paycheck to paycheck. The first thing you worry about your house. You ain't got a house, you ain't got shit. That battle still goes on. It's on one of the first videos that I did. I spoke about it. I fight for this house every freaking month of my life. And it's the most important thing I do nowadays. But
so you're only doing that though because you don't want to move all of our shit?
Yeah, basically.
That's it.
Like the line in the song goes, "I don't want my kids to have to buy my grave." That's why. No, I love this place, and I don't want to pack it up. And as a matter of fact, I've got more shit since just like that could be. You got shit. You move in somewhere. You buy more shit. You constantly get more shit. And after a while, you look at the shit and go, "Damn, I'm never moving this shit anywhere." It would just be too much.
Just like what I'm going through. I got my parents shit there packing up and trying to.
You're in the middle of that, aren't you, Chris? Yes.
You got 40 fucking years of shit to go through.
There you go, baby. Hey, don't forget that shit over there. That shit goes too.
Oh, I miss George Carlin.
We got one big fucking pile of shit on ready for the dumpster for next week. Right sale, doesn't sell.
Sell it, baby.
Dumpster.
Don't worry. When you get over there, you get more shit. You'll buy more shit. Hawaiian shit, though. That's just much more cool.
My dad came out here on his scooter when I was in the shop one day. I'd taken over the shop already before he passed away, and he looked around and everything. He said, "Just think, you got to deal with all this shit."
That's right. That's right. I tell them too. I go into that messy ass shop out there and go, "Behold your inheritance." Dig through
That's
this.
what my father said it was too. Well, you guys are gonna have to deal with this.
Yep. Don't forget to mow the grass. Remember this little thing over here? You have to flap this way every once in a while, or this won't work. So remember that.
You know what? I actually just not to take over the show, but you know how I've been into the 3D printing game lately, like doing a lot of research. So I know one of the first things that I want to do for you.
For me?
Yeah, with the 3D printer. I want to print out a pegboard system for your shop and print
you
individual.
Can go to Home Depot and buy a pegboard.
You can.
I'm just letting you know that.
But filament for a 3D printer is dirt cheap in comparison to the overpriced that Home Depot is going to sell the pegboard for.
Yeah, pegboard's not.
But my point being, even so, okay, we buy the pegboard.
Yeah, how much pegboard you can buy for the price you're going to pay for the 3D printer? I'm just saying.
Well, the point is.
Yeah, the point is you'd have a 3D printer.
If. Whatever, but no, my point being is even if we don't print the pegboard, we can print everything that holds your shit. And I've seen some people print some hangers for pegboard that can hold hundreds of pounds.
Travis has a buddy of his that has been in business before, and he's over in where?
Oh, he's over in Finland right now, yeah.
He's over in Finland.
Yeah, we're about to hang out and do shit, but do a business. But no, that's beside the point. My point being is everything in your shop, there's that too, but I'm not trying to say otherwise. My point being is that... They gotten
cheaper.
Yeah, no, they gotten cheaper. But if you can stop just... freaking saying that it's obvious I want a 3D printer, but here I am trying to offer you shit too. God damn. No, but I can print out.
For the time it takes you to make a pegboard, I'd be back from Home Depot and nailed it up on the wall, and hanging shit up on it.
Okay, get the pegboard idea out of your head. It's the things that you put on the pegboard.
That's right.
To hold all your shit, because you have an unorganized mess down there in the shop.
Hey.
And if I ever go down there and have to clean it out,
you will one day.
And one day, well, hopefully soon, because we need to find all of our shit.
It'd be like an archaeological dig.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I want to do it right the first time, so we need a system to hang all your shit up on a wall.
Yeah. Well, all right.
So
we'll work on that.
Get right on that.
Yeah, we'll get right on that. I'm gonna organize my shop. Shit, that went out the window a long time ago.
I'm going to look into this camera really quick. I said that was going to be a really quick thing, but Dad kept bagging it on. So, yeah, we talked about 3D printing for about 3 minutes, and it was only because you wouldn't let me just say, "Hey, Dad, I want to do something nice for you and print some shit out so you can hang your shit and not have to spend money."
What a son. I'm telling you, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I really am.
I sense the sarcasm within
Make me a Harley. Can you print a Harley out?
I'll print you a Harley out.
Print me a Harley out so I can go on down
I'll
the road.
print you a Harley out. It'll be about that big.
Yeah.
I can paint it for you, too.
Yeah. I have one, too. It's a 1953 Indian Roadmaster Cheap. Yes, baby. That would be my dream bike, a 1953 Indian Roadmaster.
I want the 1949 little scooter in yellow. Ooh, it's cute.
Yeah. Dreams, baby. That's what we got. I have an RV. Don't roll anymore, but, it's good in case somebody comes to visit, we can let them sleep in there. It quit rolling a long time ago.
Is your chair making noise or some shit?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Are you going to be the one that falls through the floor, not me?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I ain't falling nowhere. I'm a safe individual.
doesn't matter about your safety. It matters about the thing you're sitting on.
My wife would disagree with that statement.
Yeah, I would disagree with that statement. Anyway. You're pretty hands-on with everything, and you pretty much do before you think. Not on everything.
So, David.
Yes, sir.
When are you going on your trip, bub?
A couple of weeks. May 14th.
May 14th. Getting ready.
Yeah, getting ready. Can't wait. Can't wait.
David's going on vacation.
Where are you going?
Paris.
Can you believe that shit? Paris. I love it. The other day he was in Washington, D.C. David's the one that was holding up the blue dot and flipping the bird in the pictures in Washington. Yep. That's David. We appreciate that.
Hero.
Dude. Our hero.
A real hero.
That's it. And let the finger fly when you go there.
I'm curious to see what the French have to say about Trump. I'm sure we'll see something.
They don't like him that much over there. Anywhere.
No.
Anywhere. I have family in Switzerland, the Britiveau family. George sent me a picture the other day, and it was it looked like an old World War II tank that was on display. He wrote, Swiss Army was standing by ready.
Oh, wow.
No Swiss Army.
I was going along with the joke.
He also writes to me occasionally and lets me know the mood over in Europe. He lives right next to where it's Switzerland, Germany, and France. Not France.
They all safe?
They all converge up in that corner somewhere. He's close to the French border. I can't remember. Shit.
There is a point where France, Germany, and Switzerland and Italy all come together.
That's the. There is on a map in between two mountain ranges. There is a valley named Britiveau Valley, and that's from my ancestors. So, woo! Look at there. Find me on the map. There it is, right there.
I'm all impressed.
I need to go over there and go. Hey, it's my name. Which piece is mine? Show me my plot. Where's my shit? No. I enjoy getting pictures from Switzerland. I swear, every time he sends me a picture, it looks like a postcard. They don't have trash, I don't think. They must. Somebody's going around picking up everything, because I don't care what picture it is. You don't see a lick of trash.
Well, they just don't throw it down.
They don't. You know.
It felt like that up in Rhode Island when we went last year.
That's good.
It was like everywhere was a postcard, and it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it's pristine.
Yeah.
Shit, I remember Louisiana. Dump was down at the end of every road you went
down. I was about to say, wait, are we talking about the same? I thought you were going to say.
Turn down the road, there's a mattress, a couch, a bunch of bags and shit. Are you shitting me?
No. John, you want to see garbage? Go to India.
India? Oh, I bet.
Go to India. I went with my daughter in 2010, and the dirt, the poverty was enough to. It was overwhelming.
It's enough to overreact. I know Sparky in the group here has experienced. I know I have. When you go to a foreign country and you find out what poverty is. I mean, not that we do not have it in this country. We do. But, I mean, despair down to, begging.
Like that too.
Yeah. And it will rip your heart out. When I first went, and you end up giving away your whole paycheck just about. You're talking about either pesos or bahts or something. It's not real dollars, until you figure out you ain't got no real dollars left. So you have to. But yeah, and a lot of us have been places that have seen, abstract poverty. Just and you have to wonder to yourself, could you live? What would you do if you were in that situation? There's so much we could do in the whole freaking world with the money this world wastes. With those that hoard, the very ultra rich that we see, the bosses of the world with 7 or 8 freaking yachts or some shit. And then you see the poverty that we have around the world. And how can your heart not go out? If it don't, I guess you're a Republican. Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. So,
bottom line.
Yeah, bottom line. There's those that care for the money part of it, and those that will care for the human, the betterment for all of us, a society that is better for everybody. That's how come I'm all behind free community colleges, all universal health care, high-speed rail. There's things that we could do in our country to make our society so much better. But we're going to talk about it for another 150 freaking years. And, you know, I want to see that push towards a progressive agenda. You know,
you gotta keep pushing.
we do, baby. It's all about, you know, keeping our voice, keeping everybody involved and pushing towards that same goal. You know, that we work for all of us, and because there's enough working against us. Yeah, every day. Yeah. But we got to force it. But
my car window. Get off my lawn.
That's right, baby. Out my truck window. Anywhere I can spread the word, I will do it. Oh shit! I had a thought and now it's gone. Look at there. Oh well.
Oops, sorry.
I think I get that from you.
Yeah. Had a thought.
I get that from you.
I was gonna go someplace and then there it went, just right out the window.
Boom. Gone.
Candy too. Spent a lot of time in Texas, and there's poverty here, baby. You don't have to go far from where I live to find it either. And you can also find some very exclusive neighborhoods in this state.
Yeah.
As with all of us.
That's kind of Corpus Christi in a nutshell when you think about it, because
you have a poor side of town and then Ocean Drive, baby.
We had to pick our friend up from the bus station today to drop
T
him
went
off
up to Houston.
Yeah, and have a good time up there and all that good shit. But you know, downtown, you know, they have this really modern, beautiful looking bus station, and then everywhere around it is just poverty, homeless people, just everywhere, and it's like.
Corpus has a homeless problem.
Yeah,
you know,
it
it's
has
on a
a
coastal
real,
city. It's warmer here. People that, you know, don't have a home to live in or living out on the street, that you want to go someplace where it's warm.
Yeah.
And so,
And the problem is,
you see it every day.
But then you go down a few miles out, you got all those beautiful homes on Ocean Drive, which is like, to me, even growing up, you know, even in Corpus Christi before I knew any better, it's like, you know, when we drive down Ocean Drive, specifically at Christmas, like when everybody's got the lights out and stuff, it was like, wow, this is what living on top must be, right? Like, this is what happiness is over here. Then it's like, no, it's not happiness. It's just money. It's just money.
Yeah.
And it's like, but at the same time, it's also very disheartening, because it's, why do we have such a terrible
disparity between the two?
And not just. But it ain't just here. It's all over the country.
Oh, it's all over the country.
It gets even sadder when you look at homeless vets.
Yeah.
You know, people who shouldn't be fucking homeless to begin with.
No, they should have a place. Every one of them should have a place they could go.
And you know,
I was down.
Yeah,
I was down in
people here that have just been priced out of the market.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For, you know, disabled people and like that, and it's ridiculous. Because the rents have been raised and their income's not a lot.
Yeah.
I was down in Seattle this morning, John, and on the way back, I counted 15 homeless encampments right off the interstate.
There you go.
Big encampments.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, most people are only like 2, maybe 3 paydays of being away from those homeless camps.
Yes. I am.
Yeah.
I'm 2 months. 2 months is all it would take for me to lose this house, and I don't lose that thought a freaking day of my life. As long as I live here, is I have to cover this house payment, and it's getting difficult, baby. It really is, and it has been for a long time. But it's so many of us in this country are faced with that, and what that does to your life. Because when you're faced with that situation, and I tell people all the time, I'm a Countrywide survivor. If anybody remembers Countrywide Mortgage, kiss my fucking ass.
Oh wow, that's a name I haven't heard in years.
In a long
Jesus
time. Well,
Christ.
I'm still hanging on to my ass, flipping the finger at them every freaking day of their life.
Yeah.
And they don't even exist anymore. But when you do that, it puts a bind on everything else, because I was talking to somebody else on Tim's show the other day. It's your house payment. It's your electric bill. You can't have a house payment. You got to have electricity. Shit, you can't sit here in the dark. And you got to have a phone nowadays. I can't, tell people out here in the country, I can't go out to my porch and yell 911, expect shit to happen. You have to have phone service out here. And when you start going down, and, it's to the, by law you have to have car insurance. You have to have car insurance because if you get stopped here in Texas, you ain't got car insurance. Guess what? They'll take your car right then. Oh, it'll be down at the lot. You can come get it and pay $3,000 storage fee by the time you get down there or some shit. And so the things that get pushed back are the actual. That's your groceries. That's just shit that you're going to eat that month or whatever. That's what gets pushed back. Or your medicine. That should not be happening to anybody in this country. And let's don't even get started on big pharma, because that's a big freaking part of the prescription drugs that we pay for in this country is ridiculous. It's just robbery. It's theft is what it is. And,
not only that, but we subsidize those drug companies with our tax dollars.
Yes, we do. And it's just it's sickening. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you remember a few years ago when gas and diesel were up, well up over $4 or almost topping $4 nationwide? Mm-hmm. Okay. Your power company added fuel costs to the bill.
So your bill goes up.
Yep. Okay.
Did your pay go up?
Go down?
Yeah.
It didn't ever come down.
No, it goes up real fast. It comes down, if ever, slowly. It's just like gasoline prices.
What are your prices in Texas, John?
We're paying $2.45 a gallon right now.
We're $3.43 in Seattle.
Yeah, that's that. I see signs out there in California where it's $4 and something a gallon.
Oh, yeah.
And
diesel's getting ridiculous too here.
Yeah, it's about 30 miles for me to go to get the mail. About a 15-mile run each way. That burns up gas. Just for me to go check the mailbox. Luckily,
I had to put diesel in up toward Pennsylvania in my big truck, and I've only put 50 gallons in, and that was at $6, almost $6 a gallon.
Man, that'll kill you.
Why is diesel more expensive nowadays?
Really? Because diesel used to be a whole lot cheaper, didn't it?
Diesel's a byproduct of gasoline.
Yes. I don't understand that jump either. How it went from being a whole lot cheaper than gasoline to, you got diesel vehicle, huh? Well, here, come over here, we'll screw you real good. And it went up and it never came back down.
I think because too many people went to the biofuel.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of diesel.
They're not buying as much diesel.
Yeah. Biofuel diesel
to keep their
fuel
dividends up.
What's that? I'm sorry, somebody chimed in. I didn't hear him. And then there was silence.
Crickets.
It's never what you want on a show. Crickets. Anyway, no, it's the cost of living in this country, the cost of keeping your family, my family afloat, and it gets difficult. It gets hard, and then we see somebody like Donald Trump come in, and the first thing they do is a huge tax break for the rich, the wealthy, and the corporations. And we watch every day as they pay less and we pay more. And, it's just a
tax scam.
Yes, everything. You pay taxes on everything. You go buy bubble gum, you're paying tax, baby.
And then your fees.
Yeah, your everything.
The fees down at the bottom of your utility bills and your phone bill.
Everything.
This kind of fee and
that kind of fee. You're paying for the war of 1712. I didn't even know there was a war in 1712. We made this one up just for you. Thank you very much. Move along. Yeah, it's it's hard for the working family down on the end down here to keep things going every month. But you know what? They do it. They do it every month. And just like Jorge said today, you hold your nose to the grindstone. You get up and work every day. You provide for your family. You work your ass off all your life, and you're still looked down upon by certain people. It's just it's not right. I'm proud of my life. I didn't make big time, baby. I didn't make it wealthy and all that shit, but I've it's been, I look at my life as the song says, as steel-toed shoes. I wake up every morning more dead than alive. But you get up
and you didn't have it handed to you.
No, baby, no. As a matter of fact, my father loved me. My parents loved me. But the day I quit school, I owed rent, baby. I went to work in a shipyard. I was 17 years old, baby. You know, life came at me hard.
Go to college or get a job.
That's it. You ain't gonna go to school, get a job, got to pay rent, and I did. And then went in the military and whatnot, and then life was just rosy, and it has been since. But you know, it's we you know, most of our country is that way. People that get up every day and do their damn job, and they're not looking for you know, glory or riches, but they damn sure would like to be a little less stressful in their life, having to worry about this, that, and the other. You know, your food, your medicine. You shouldn't have to worry about whether your kid's going to have the insulin that he needs when he needs it. You know, none of us should. And while Amazon walks away paying no taxes on the billions they own in profit, you just have to ask yourself, you know, it's self-inflicted. We allow it. You know, so it's our voice, our vote is the only thing that's going to change anything in this nation. And it's not going to change until we not only take the White House, but we take the Senate. If we don't get rid of Mitch McConnell and the maggots that are in there in that Senate, you know, we're pissing in the wind again, and we can't do that.
We got to get rid of Graham and Mitch.
Yes, we do. We need a bigger wave, baby, coming this 2020 than we had in the midterms. And it will come.
We even got to get rid of a couple of Democrats with newer Democrats.
There's a few that need to go. I can call a few out real easy, and people would agree with me. That one in West Virginia, what's his name? Oh, Bob Kincaid hates him, but you had to vote for him because, you know, he's not a true Democrat. I can't even think of the guy's name right now. It'll come to me in a little bit.
Where's he from?
He's from West Virginia.
Oh, Joe Manchin.
Joe Manchin, that's him. You know, when Joe Bob
Manchin.
Kincaid,
who he's a Democrat.
When Bob Kincaid, who is in West Virginia, spoke about him, it was a matter of, you know, he votes with the Republicans most of the time, but the alternative was not good. So hold your nose and vote for the guy. But so yeah, there's you know, and it will happen. Because we have more progressives, there's younger people getting involved in politics. That's how we got Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke, those that are willing to fight for you know, a future for all of us, and even the old folks. Bernie Sanders the same way. You know, there's not a one on the Democratic side that would not be 100-fold better than the Twitter bitch that we have in there today. You know, Mr.
Amen.
Yeah, we got to get rid of his ass, and we have to take control of the Senate. That's the key. But we don't do that. We don't do that without getting out and participating. And it could be with a sign in your hand in the street, a pen in your hand at the table. It could be with your voice. It just has to be from the heart. We all have to be involved.
Volunteers to man the polls.
That's it. Do whatever you can, whatever that is. Nobody knows better what your time and what your life is like. But if you can donate a little bit of your time to ensuring that this agenda goes forward and that we elect responsible people that take this country in the direction we want. And
it involves helping register people to vote.
Yes. It goes
around your neighborhood.
Yes, yeah. Well, everybody in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to ride with me to the polls, but that's fine. That's fine.
Well, people got to understand. We live in a small neighborhood.
Yeah, we live in a very small neighborhood.
We're not talking about you know. We're talking about like I can count them probably on two hands.
2 hands. You can probably count them on 2 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very small area. It's one street, as a matter of fact. There's only one way in, one way out. I live at the end of it, so there you go. You know, I got to run the gauntlet every time I go to the store. Look there, John's out early. He must be going to get tacos. And I am. I'll be right back. So, you know, everybody keeps their eye out here. But I will say that even being the only blue dot, I think, on this whole damn street, if the flood comes tomorrow, there will be nobody turning their back on me. So it tells you that even, this can be rescued. We just have to convince them, morons. You voted for an idiot. We know it's bad. It looks bad. You have to come up with some excuse of why you did that shit, but don't worry about it. Yeah, but just move on. Just, just
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll forgive you. Just don't do it again. And but it is, and that's the way our country is. When times are bad, we all come together. We all know it. Every storm, every hurricane, every disaster, you don't see anybody running around saying, "Hey, are you a Republican or are you a Democrat?" No. You see a need, and you get in there and help. Yeah. Speaking of campfire, Jorge, I seen your campfire buddy up there at Tire Biter Ranch. He had the old farts family jam or something. It looked like a great time. Had people up there with guitars sitting around a campfire. Baby, I'm telling you,
sounds like my kind of party.
I'm telling you, that's my kind of fun. Yes, that's a good time had by all, I am sure.
The campfire, the actual campfire. They're still hauling shit off out of Paradise.
Oh, are they? Ain't that sad? Oh, yeah. It's going to take a long time before Paradise is back to being.
Dump trucks today.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, people. I guess we're gonna start to wrap it up. Oh, it's 9:30. We've been at this 2.5 hours.
Almost 2 hours.
Oh no, 2 hours.
Because since we started at 7:30.
Yeah. So time flies, baby. I love this shit. I really do. The more.
Almost as good as sitting around the campfire.
That's it. Also, we have a metaphorical campfire in front of us. We're all sitting there.
Stop it! Yeah. Stop! It's the freaking secret location. We can't
tell them. Don't let them see the light.
There could be people listening in and figuring out where we go for the secret meetings at the secret place at the secret time.
The blue dot.
Metaphorical campfire. Geez, you're sounding like one of those touchy-feely liberals.
Ooh, we'll all sit around and sing Kumbaya. There you go.
You're just jealous because we live on a flat Earth, Jen.
Flat Earth, Jen. You be nice, or we're gonna push you off the edge. Flat Earth, are you shitting me? Yes, we have a whole barrage of just dandies out there that just have it all figured out.
Where is the edge? Show me the edge, and then I'll start considering.
It's right over there by the ice
that
shelf.
you're remotely.
It's right over there. Ask any sailor; he'll tell you. Bend to the edge, baby. Bend right to the edge. Look right over. Stared at death. Yeah, that's right.
At the same time, you looked at.
That's on the horizon. It's the event horizon, baby. That's when we're all going to go. Is when we meet the event horizon.
And if we all run that way, we can flip the disc.
That's right. Just all right. Start running in the same direction. We'll start that sucker going like a frisbee, baby. I'll tell you what. I've enjoyed this so much. I want to thank everybody that stopped by tonight. Sparky, Chris with a K, Chris with a C, Velda, David, Dennis, Miss Linda, Randy Curvin. Buddy, you still there?
No, I think he dropped out a little bit earlier.
Y'all tune in and listen to Randy every once in a while. He gets a rant going on. He's trying to keep things up there in Arkansas in control. And, of course, Miss Jen, our moderator. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by.
See you guys later.
All right. Well, if y'all hang by, stay right here. We'll be right back on Discord for a few more minutes.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys for just a little bit longer.
But we're going to go ahead and sign off on the show.
I got to go take care of Wayne.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Talk to you later.
All right, darling. Take care. Bye-bye. And for everybody else out there, the beard is looking good, isn't it? I'm telling you, Candy, I don't
want you to get rid of it. Goddamn.
I know, but the day's going to come. We're talking about that with Jeffrey. Jeffrey today. Where are you going to have it shaved at? I don't know, Joe. We're going to have to find us a barber shop that has Wi-Fi so we can live do it. But then again, today on that guy's show, I told him not the mustache. Mustache stays, baby. No, if you're seeing this upper lip of mine, no. You don't want to see that shit. But we want to thank everybody that donates. Chris, buddy, I can't tell you enough how appreciative we are of the microphone, the bottle of bourbon, the honey, the beard tender. I got beard tender from Chris today. This is stuff for my beard and Travis's.
Yeah.
And I love my manta ray that is always going to sit right there. I love that. Anyway, it's the support of the family and those that give, that keep us going every day, that allow us to progress with this thing and make it as big as we can and get as far out as we can. But it doesn't matter if it was one watching or a million. Maybe I do this because it's good for my heart. It gets it out, and I hope that we get one or two more every day that we can convince to turn their back on that shit and put this country back together and get it on the right track again. So anyway, you got anything to say goodnight?
No, just thank you to our lovely panel for the evening. I've had a great time. Very
informative and jovial and all that shit.
Yes, and
had a good time.
We had a really steady stream tonight. I'm glad to see that the wind wasn't going to kick us out every 2 seconds, and looked like around over 100 viewers consistently throughout the night, so that's also good. Awesome. So thank you guys for coming out and joining us for this conversation this evening.
Bill Jones done dozed off. Look at that.
There you go.
All Z's. He's done fell asleep. Somebody poke him and tell him he's got to turn his computer off. All right. Y'all have a good night. I'll be here tomorrow with my Wednesday rant and hump day, and we'll move right on through this week. We'll find out what Donnie's been doing all night. I'm sure he's been tweeting out shit and all that shit. But anyway, keep your eyes open, and I'll be there. So y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Good night.
Good night, all.